Hello everyone. We're back for Genshin. I'm hopefully gonna finish this. Um, yeah. Typically when I stream this, I enjoy actually doing the entire quest, but I had to split it up because it's really long. So we'll see how this goes. Um, I really hope that my volume is good. I also found out that you can actually leave during this quest. There's just specific quests that, you can't do. We.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death! No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish, and put down the Adeptus Temptation now!
You know what? Yeah, that sounds
What
about
kind of
right.
Sijwin the entire time you were asleep? She seems like she's just as sincere.
Oh,
Anything
you
unusual,
bastard.
Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Oh, you fucker. How's my sound? Well, it's good. It's very good to hear. Oh, God, you just gave me a heart attack, though. Jesus Christ.
All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to get the info to Lyney.
Yeah, get to see Lyney again. I hope Fremmy's okay. A suspicious piece of paper. Lynette in her sleight of hand. The 9th day. And on the 9th day, Lyney said Fremy would be ready to go.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with Lyney.
Love how Lyney's always just sitting here.
Oh.
He's so cocksure.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
Nothing weird, you say.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Freminet successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Freminet's help, you've already done more than enough.
Hooray!
Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
Interesting.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still
Good day,
one thing that could
Mystic.
get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could
To be
use
fair,
some
some
help.
of the
We're counting on
Fatuous
you to
aren't,
help us in the future, too.
actually that bad, so... We found those people in the chasm.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Freminet and Lynette feel the same way. Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well.
Makes
also,
sense.
I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Got my legal team ready to go.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look well.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah, this is it.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
Somebody stole the net. How dare they?
Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen Linny panic.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest while she left, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse...
I knew Sigewinne was up to something. She's too cute.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records.
Makes sense.
Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings.
Yes,
Is it because she's a Melusine?
very
Does
much.
she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Seems quite normal to me.
Hmm.
These are skills that would...
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper.
Lynette.
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
This is...
Is that all? The back. This...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Oh god, no.
No. Could she have...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why?
Yes. That is a crucial question.
Because he doesn't want to step on Nouvelette's
He
toes,
wasn't
but he
intending
doesn't
to have a
mind
clear goal or reason. So
stepping
this
on the
means he had no
Fatuis.
concerns about your activities from the... You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Don't panic. Just think everything over.
Wait, that means Fremy might be in danger too.
This is... Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like...
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it.
Yes.
We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our... If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably...
No, Fremy!
More panic?
Fremy did nothing wrong. Leave him alone.
Don't be like this, Linny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team.
He's such a big
I was
brother.
the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense
No, we
into him.
didn't. We have no idea why Fremy's in jail. I think it's just association.
I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
God damn it, Linny.
He's rushing
Emotional men.
after him.
Siege win!
Right.
You better
I feel
not
like we still have some room
l-
to make changes
hurt
on these
Fremy.
details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time.
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably... Someone! Please help! She's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp.
What do you mean?
What a
We were brought
turn
here.
of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I like the feeling of being trusted.
I didn't trust her.
What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
Yeah, I knew that.
Whee!
He straight out told us that.
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
N.A. Gonna beat your ass. Where the fuck did he go?
Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
You motherfucker. Where the hell is... I think I just went around in a circle. Where's the actual entrance? I literally went the wrong way. Top of the morning, Rothsay. It's your old friend Nervalette. God damn it, Lenny.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Do you really want to fight a guy who punches with, like,
Pardon
gigantic
me,
metal
administrative office
gauntlets?
space. Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea.
This man is
I
in
do
his
have some
tea.
teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk.
Rothsay doesn't seem like the person to kill
He's still
someone.
alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from
Takes
the
an
start.
ass to know an
So
ass.
he deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place.
Mm-hmm.
Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate.
Yeah.
Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
Nope.
He's not. What do you really want?
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
Wait.
He's still down there.
I mean, you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Hmm.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking?
A little bit, yeah.
To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
Hmm.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So,
Be careful what you wish for.
you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Yeah.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you.
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine.
No,
Just
not
as
my
well as I
Fremy.
that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior.
Oh God,
Ideally,
what?
invite her over for a cup of tea.
Why?
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've
Saw
heard
that
that
coming.
the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Oh
Why does she
God.
think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples. as
How the
gifts.
hell is he getting all this tea
Is
underwater?
the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you.
Either he
use
wants to
us
strike a
blackmail
deal with her, or
You people really are difficult to get along with.
I
All
can't
I'm
think
asking
of
for
something
is a
else.
face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret?
uh,
Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse,
had a kelp of a time getting down here.
instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the
Fair.
very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk.
He wants
Mr.
them to
Fremine
stop,
left the fortress on his own,
like,
and Miss Lynette tried to
badgering
pry
him.
my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
He's such a dick.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything.
6, 5,
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
I'm pretty sure they still would have come because he literally said that they sent more operatives previously as well. And he picked them off.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you
Oh
found?
god.
I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them.
Oh no!
And I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a...
It's bullshit. What happens if you... who will see it if you keep working continuously?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewinne be doing during that time? The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons would spend them on Fonta. We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them. Fonta's
I think it's that
internal
one.
reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because the research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. Because of that, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appear rather strange and alien to humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
The only thing that fits who would see is
We often see Miss Sigewinne
Sigewinne.
observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
under what circumstances does strange meat appear?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewinne be doing during that time?
Wait, what? Under what circumstances does strange meat appear? You work 3 days.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. Because of that, the Melusines
Is that
have
the
also developed
aesthetic?
a sense of aesthetics that appear rather strange and alien to
What does the strange meat appear the way it does? Oh wait, is it that one?
that the Melusine
I'm very confused. Okay, under what circumstances does it?
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial.
No.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewinne be doing?
Oh my god, I got it! First time!
Ah, understands it now, who would have guessed?
The Siegewien gives
The
you.
hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days
Oh
in a
God,
row,
no!
and if they do,
The
they'll get
fucking
shitty
mustache
meat
is
in
back.
their welfare meal.
God damn
This
it!
strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Siegewien, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe
Yeah.
the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health,
Cooks an
Siegewien
extra
visits the
dish.
cafeteria right
Okay.
before lunch
That
and
explains
cooks
it.
an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Siegewien has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us.
I used to not like the Melusines, but I actually think I like them a lot more.
Cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out.
Hmm.
Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Siegewin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well.
Woo!
It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring,
Oh God.
including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight.
Why
that?
is it? Okay. You'll receive a package contains the Fanta. Okay, what happens if you violate its rule? You get the drink. Who sent the package containing...
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Okay.
But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fanta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well. The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons would spend
Okay.
them on Fanta.
So,
The research note said that the Melusine
oh, that's the Melusine one. So,
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new
assuming it's Colin.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament
Why does the blood-colored or fluid look the way it does? Why? Ooh,
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new
it's the new product. And then,
The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke
Why do
believes
those-
that only idiots who don't understand the value
that's why. Yay! I do a smart.
It's this
God
way
damn it,
too.
the
So there really was nothing to be afraid of.
the Groucho Marx glasses are
The
fucking
rule of the
hilarious.
Pancration Ring is about how people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer.
Hmm.
But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet to be named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea.
Yeah, he didn't want
Knowing how
to.
valuable coupons are in the fortress,
Yeah.
Knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the
That's
drinks.
hilarious.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Oh god.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question.
Oh god.
The thought of sparing
Lenny!
You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigeween. That was a fantastic
She's
shot.
gonna be a bow user.
It's nothing, Your Grace.
Oh no, she's got a gun!
Queen? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigeween.
Genshin. Genshin with Sigeween having a gun.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and
Oh,
protecting it
that's
is my
fucking
duty.
hilarious.
When Monsieur Nervulet asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said,
The harm
isn't
assist.
Lenny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulet told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now.
Makes sense.
His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
He's so
It's
done.
nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about?
Oh, and Sky, she's definitely going to be a playable character.
Take me if you want. Let them go.
We're gonna go see an Eldritch Abomination.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Interesting.
I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You.
Can I also have a
What
cup
are
of tea?
you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
It is a fetus. It's Chlorinde!
Ah, Miss Clorinde.
Is that how you
Door.
pronounce her name? Chlorinde? Chlorinde?
Fremine.
Remy!
Fremine.
My boy! He's alive!
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
Fair.
I'm sorry.
That
about
doesn't really
you,
answer the
Mr.
question,
Rennie.
though.
The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
It's abyss shit.
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
Well, that sounds disgusting.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup.
Extra
Your
salty.
Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Look at her shoulder, like, pauldrons. Fucking ridiculous. Oh, I wanted to check her
I
out.
thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigeween may have been forced to shoot Mr. Lenny again. How's the situation out there?
Not ideal, I
The
assume?
water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. but if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
So, what I'm getting from
The
this
abandoned zone at the
is
end of
that
the pipes.
literally everyone
Distance
wants
into the water.
to stop
That's what I
the
thought.
prophecy from coming
Must have
true
recognized it early on and
about,
tried desperately to swim.
like,
Locking the door was
Fontaine
necessary.
drowning,
I don't think we could have saved
but
it too.
everyone
Well, I did try to
is
convince
at
the
each
guy of
other's
my
throats
reasons.
because of it.
Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
Yes.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette.
Hmm.
Want some tea?
He's just so
Not
obsessed with
particularly.
tea.
If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you
So
want time?
British.
I would like to dry my hair.
So fucking British. Hi, Seishwin. How you doing? She's just like Jedi mind tricking him. You will now not be affected by primordial water. Remy boy. She's Jedi mind tricking the water.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of
Well,
course,
obviously he's not
it's
from
best to
Fontaine,
stay
otherwise he
under
would
further
be
observation.
dissolved.
Let's leave him here for now and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations
Please!
are correct,
I want
she should be
Seishwin to have
somewhere
a
here by now.
tranquilizer gun
You might be able
that
to
just
use
puts
me.
enemies to
I
sleep.
actually made some snacks and tea for her. Linny, are you okay?
I presume not.
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Also, Mystic, don't say that because
You don't
remember,
look
Signora... Wait, did Signora have a vision?
They're still a bit weak.
No, her blood just
That's
boiled.
Probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
Yeah, but they're all French, so they're all very, very drama queen.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fremine,
Remy!
is he?
It's okay, he only drowned in the primordial sea. He's fine. Shouldn't you not lift up someone who just had, like, a lung full of water? Remy!
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us? The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They went to go get tea.
They probably went to get some tea.
There you go.
The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Wait, I thought of someone who had a vision that will not be a playable character, and that's Kazuha's friend. Checkmate. I went the wrong way for the lift, didn't I? God fucking damn it. Also, technically, Nervalette doesn't have a vision, and we still get to play him, so... Yeah. I just want them to, like, have, like, a big burly, like, person with a beard who has a vision, because all of them are baby-faced. Like, this man is handsome, but can you imagine him with, like, a very, like, sage beard? Technically, Venti and Morax do have visions. Raiden doesn't, and neither does Nahida. Kill you? Why?
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Fremi.
Lenny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
With a beard, I die.
The fortress centipede, Mr. Fremine, and you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel?
Except for from
You're
Sijwin.
not feeling up to it.
Sijwin will tranquilize you if she needs to.
Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
It's primordial seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Le Peep. That was a weird loading screen. Fremine. Fremine.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned.
Very poorly maintained.
Where could Master Child be?
Yay, Fremi! Ooh, this is a nice sword. What is this weapon? Royal Greatsword. Huh. Okay. Whee! Whee! Do 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 do.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Probably. It is child. What a lovely elevator. This seems like a lot of work to, like, go, like, do maintenance and shit. Like, every time I think of, like, dungeons in D&D, it's like, who's doing this all the time? Like, who would go to all this effort? And the answer is crazy old wizards.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Avoid those obstacles. I'm a smart. I do the puzzle. Kawabanga!
This is where the water starts. Master Child probably dived into the water. The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction.
I'm actually surprised there's vegetation down here.
Traces here too. I need to keep going.
Mwah.
Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on?
Primordial seawater.
No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Remy!
I can't die here. I have to push on.
Chlorine! Good thing she showed up when she did.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and
That's right.
Hmm.
I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right.
I believe Miss Cloran will stay here as a guest for another few days.
Guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
Yep.
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Liddy?
It's probably not a good idea.
No, please go on with
He is a
your-
fetus.
I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave.
Hmm.
Both of you are just in danger.
He almost lost both of his
Understood.
siblings.
Then let's just sit together for a while. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Oh, Fremy. Look, what the hell was that? Achievement? Le Doulage. Might as well claim that. Le Doulage, Le Doulage. Book. Some light reading later. Swirly staircase.
Excuse me?
You guys done having tea?
I take it Mr. Fremonet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Off she goes.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Explain, sir.
Of course,
Explain.
but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Enlighten me, sir.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
Makes sense.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
He's really good
They
at
came
this.
here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own.
Makes sense.
Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
Makes sense.
You were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you.
Yeah.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremonet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Makes sense.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Makes sense.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work.
She probably
As a
gets
champion
bored.
duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
Makes sense.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about...
You make a compelling case,
Yes, I do.
Paimon really wants to know.
even if the truth may not be pleasant.
Of course.
Follow me.
Field trip. Whee! So flowy. God damn it. They're gonna make me do more shit. Yeah, it is higher. Such a beautiful man. What? But I was just here. What? Oh. God damn it. Secret staircase. It's a secret tunnel, everyone!
There's a hidden door here?
Secret
Basement
tunnel.
behind it.
Secret tunnel.
You're pretty good at
Through
hiding,
the
surprisingly.
prison.
It
Secret,
seems you've
secret,
forgotten just what
secret
kind of place the
tunnel.
Fortress of Meripede is.
I do love me a secret tunnel. I gotta throw some secret
Stand
tunnels
on the central
into,
Wait, is there a secret mechanism?
like
or-
D&D dungeons. Whee!
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, what a huge door!
It's a
There are
bulkhead.
3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well,
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself.
Love how I'm like the exception to the rule.
huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
I'm standing like 10 feet back.
Whoa, they all just went up one by one.
Go on, have a look.
Well, this sounds like a terrible idea. Also, I realized Wrotsley's crystal is like an inverted Neuvillette crystal. Like the one that he wears around his neck.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid
God.
eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Water
Very
pressure.
reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely.
Mm-hmm.
We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities
Is
occurred
it
to me,
contamination?
such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I
Hmm.
began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes, that's very
Well,
likely.
shit.
But forget about the two of us! Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak.
We know where one of them is.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us.
Well,
The
I hate
indicators
that.
are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues,
I hate that.
soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
Yeah.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea?
Stream
What
hiccup?
we know about its history has been left to us by the people who
I think
used
I
to live
did.
here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all
Egeria.
convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people.
Sorry
Were
for the
exiled
little
to a
hiccup,
desolate
everyone.
seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold.
Hmm.
Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep." When the first group of exiles
feel like I'm having
died,
a lot of
they left the
hiccups
yet
today.
unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves.
Makes
But as
sense.
time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld.
Hmm.
Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know
Interesting.
every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped
But you're
this
not
prophecy
Frank.
from proving all
You're
too
Rossley.
accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
Hmm. Hmm. Hello, hello? Let's see if this is working. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for... I'm unsure what the hell's going on. I appear to be having connection issues. Basically, we just had a history lesson about the foundation of this place and the forgetting of knowledge.
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
Very, very sorry for the connection issues. I do not like
This
them,
is it.
but it happens.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
Je.
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
We're friends with Nervalet.
Well, are you sure they are trustworthy?
Yes, we're friends
The
with
results
Nervalet.
speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
Knowledge.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions?
Get that
This is
dank
Jurier,
knowledge.
one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute.
Oh.
He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin? Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
Ah.
You want to blow up?
No.
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Oh my god, he's such a dickhead.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then.
Rude.
Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
Maybe it can. For all I know.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit.
Disco
And
lights.
Here you go.
Ooh.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Very little.
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation.
And not being stabbed
Found
by
the city of
Romulus.
Sevilla, who had taken on the form of a golden bee.
A
Taking
bee?
the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria, and use the Fortuna to
I
incessantly
fucking
search
hate
for new
that
tribes
because
and
it's
islands,
gonna be
calling on them
a
to
lot
join
of
his empire.
like weird
There's a ship in
Lemuria
the story too?
theories.
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Jesus
Were
Christ.
you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have it? Seems like you're good. Come on. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do...
yeah. We'll put a lot of thought into it.
Great. I look...
Woohoo. New knowledge. Knowledge. I've already got my commissions for today. Nice. Do 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 do.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
Yes.
You be so much like Risley, always drinking tea.
Now I want tea.
Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So,
I love how this is the thing that makes
were
them
you able to learn
confused.
anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sejuin is also busy with something.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Meropide.
Correct. It's right under it.
Woo! He's
That's Arlini.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but
You're super smart.
thanks so much. Then
Stroke his
finally,
ego more.
There's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But
It's a big fucking chip.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis?
Likely.
If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
Fatus.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will...
Aww, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside.
Warm and safe inside. Hungry.
Paimon's hungry.
Too much tea, not enough food.
Oh, you've...
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Well, I think the hungry is they haven't eaten food and Risley has only been offering tea, so... Yeah, you need to catch up. Keep going.
Come on,
Do
we'll
it.
pick up ours as well.
Traveler and Paimon!
Sejuin, how you doing?
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sejuin?
He doesn't have a biscuit collection, he just has a tea collection.
Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Huh. You're right.
She's... What would you like to eat?
We can choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you
Wow, we were.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon.
No problem. Just leave it...
Beverages. We get prison smoothies.
Delicious.
Free dinners are the
Is that
best.
how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second. We did do plenty of work after all.
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
It was drugged.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Sejuin, do you do this to help
Oh,
your patients or
Sejuin.
to better understand human beings?
Little bit of column A, little bit of column B.
I'm a Medicine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear.
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was Thankfully, Cloran is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Cloran left, to make sure that Linne wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clarissa. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linney as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
Makes
You were all
sense.
super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what
Some
we do
weird
down here at
Machiavellian
Fortress.
shit.
At least this has been his Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader.
He likes a
I
calm
really wish Mr.
populace.
Nebula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos. Get a good night's rest, you two.
I think she just wants. Hey, look, it's Nervalette. He's come to visit. Daddy Nervalette. Oh, that's the wrong way. One of these days I'll figure out my way around this prison. Any shinies? Shiny. Where the hell were they storing that? Yeah, probably. I feel like cosplaying his like little like arm flaps would be difficult. Shiny. Oh. Shiny. Book. Dabook. Maybe I'll come back to prison just to hang out.
Super sleepy.
Get a free meal. Get some haggis. See, I always thought that Paimon just slept at like the foot of our bed. Like a dog.
Delicious. I'm on 1 second.
Oh, she's talking about food. Super sleepy.
Get out of my way!
No.
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking.
What?
Who's yelling?
Uh-oh. Sounds are never good. Oh. Don't find me! What the fuck is going on?
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Mate.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They were
They're here! Yeah, there you are.
Hello!
Oh, thank
It's this guy.
goodness.
Quisto and Lavaroon.
Cristo!
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly. Lafaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outward.
Upwards, yeah.
Oh no, it can't be that thing.
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We gotta be heroes.
The Duke, you two just go and get out. Go on without us.
Hey, hey!
We need to call Mario.
Oh,
We have a plumbing issue.
Attention. Please evacuate upwards and outwards. Upwards and outwards.
To the office.
Possible flare, then
What
try to
the?
move as far outwards as possible.
Cool. Rothley! Tell me things. Secret tunnel! Away! Cutscene time.
They're here.
Yes.
Just like I said.
We is hero.
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Oh my god. Horny. Damn. Why does the primordial seawater have to look so cool? He did that thing Shenhe did. That's so fucking cool. That's not gonna hold though. He's getting Nickelodeon slimed.
Three, two, one.
He does have a gun. That's amazing. I hope that's part of her kit.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Fetch quest for Neuvillette.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
I don't know what Clorinda's gonna do. Rotsley, I understand. Now I just want the option for, like, every bow user to be able to use a gun.
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House.
Wait,
Farina
why?
will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have my...
Great, we're swapping places. That's always fun. I know this is really important, but I also really, really want this Hydroculus before I forget it. To the Opera House. Ah, the Fetus are here.
Look, there are a ton of Fatilian Palais Mermonia people over there. Are you two the traveler in Paimon?
Yes.
Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me.
Thank you,
Though I'm
Melusine.
sure he's already explained this should be a mostly cordial conversation.
Please don't tell me I have to fight the knave. I don't want to fight the knave. Oh, look! Furina's a little happy.
The honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the knave.
She looks so fucking cool.
Harbingers.
Yeah, I met Doc, and he's a dickhead.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed, see this, This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every
Jesus
day.
Christ.
Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
He's 11th and she's 4th.
So you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Neuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express
She's
my
definitely a
admiration for
politician.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
Nice to know that,
I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
no, because she wants it as a bargaining
Of
chip.
course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier, as you well know.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because he's not a bitch.
because we found
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
well,
God damn it, Paimon.
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it some...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't...
Why is she even trying?
hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
Uh-oh.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Fur.
I don't quite understand what...
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Oh god. Oh, nevertheless. Yes.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
There's no way he's not the actual Archon. Like,
Sure you don't need
I honestly don't think that
Quite sure.
Furina is the actual Archon.
So, what's your secret, huh?
He's so horny.
Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Rotsley is so horny right now.
Sounds about right.
I am also horny. We've got two daddy characters in the same cutscene. It's amazing. Oh, look at him.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day.
Fantastic.
Its ancient power
Mwah.
could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury. would unleash endless catastrophe.
Incredible.
This sentence is too severe.
Hmm.
Forgive me for overruling it.
Amazing. Bloody
All right.
amazing.
Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
For now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Oh my god.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of
Yes. The knave is father. So you need to say father instead of daddy, because otherwise she will, like, stomp on your gonads.
The mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now?
Father.
That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
Probably.
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
Wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
I love how these three are just bantering.
Obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
As smooth as it can. Yeah, there are a lot of mummies. This is the daddy shit. I don't know, we have, like, Morax and Alhaitham for other daddies. I'd even call, like, Toma a daddy type. Though he is very sweet.
As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
That she's not the Archon.
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and
Get the
eating
guillotine.
fruits as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine.
Guillotine!
Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
Yeah, this is her, like, daddy scolding.
Never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me.
I think she's already judging.
Saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Interesting.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are...
An emergent.
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly
Oh
confidential.
my god, just give her
Allow me
something.
to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
She doesn't know,
So you
because she
also
didn't
have
make it.
No idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yes, that.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please.
Yeah.
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who
He's so, like, knowledgeable and has so much presence.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that.
Number less. Okay.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
Does that mean I already have an Archon?
If it's on my
If it's Nuvi?
table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so...
very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Of course. Yeah, her hair looks fantastic. I would like to see what her hair looks like when it's down. What if I talk to Furina?
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined.
How difficult did you imagine?
Why are you looking at me like that? Is something...
Okay. Bye. Please don't make me fight her with Traveler. I don't want it. I'm interested to see what kind of weapon type she'll have, though. Arlecchino when she comes out. Hers would also be a really cool outfit to cosplay.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
There's no need.
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me.
He's such a mom.
And you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina? You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused?
To be fair, this probably is a vacation for him. He gets away from work.
Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
To be fair, the Archons don't really do much.
You little critter, you!
Hmm.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Which means it's...
This Archon doesn't seem like a god at all.
Yeah.
And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you?
I think the Gnosis is in the, Mechanique.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning.
This is a cool outfit, by the way.
I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone.
Oh my god.
She was so scared that she could not sleep that night. Nor, there's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine Archon. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yeah.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. we now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Udex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's
God.
disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny
Yeah.
and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence. You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened. I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Udex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real
Have you met the other Archons?
Whether Udex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface.
Yep, it's all smoke and mirrors.
It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to...
Yay! Another Harbinger friend.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term.
Hmm.
I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized... Thank you
Yes,
for protecting
eventually.
Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sloop. So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? You can't tell us? Then...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Oh no.
Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Daisy's crying.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh?
Confirmed.
The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not be so surprised.
Dragon Boy.
Farina? My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Yes.
Right, of course. There's still some
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today,
God damn it.
that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's
The
authority.
Gnosis?
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their success, in any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way.
Oh, so even you can't.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another... We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Hey, Nervalet. Yay, Nerve. Oh god. There's so many things. What the fuck? Of course. This way? I don't bloody know. Look. The little ascot adjustment. And that takes a while. Seashwain.
Seashwain!
Traveler, are you still doing all right? Did either of you get hurt?
We're fine, but what about you guys?
A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulet paid us a visit. It was, of course. We must also thank you for the help.
How did Nervulet know that
Monsieur Nervulet has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the... I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. If you're not too pressed for time, just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know.
Oh. That's so cute. The Bombshell Bros. Tell me things.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back to...
Ah, and here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jail...
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the...
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Something
I
like
love
that,
these
yeah.
two.
I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Or those... Whenever you say that, I'd tell them I'm sure they're fine, wherever they...
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there?
Prison pals.
I mean, considering how they always love listening to all
Chat,
my
would you be
gossip.
my prison pals?
They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so.
Join me and be my prison pals. Excuse me?
Now guess, what suit will this next card?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like
Hello,
you're recovering
Frammy.
nicely from an A.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I met...
Whoa, how did she
Yay!
react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met.
You met father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were,
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close.
Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Linny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to
Got it.
That does sound like something that father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
Oh!
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Ian Schnitch. Now I can hopefully go poke Rothsley. Rothsley! You better be in your fucking office. Otherwise I will steal tea from your tea collection. Don't you think I won't? I'm gonna brew it in, like, hot water straight from the tap. Hello.
Jurier? Miss Siege...
Yeah, I was working on something.
That's no excuse for... Huh?
Jurier, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to where—
Yep. That is still top secret, though.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you—
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
That's fucking hilarious. You've got quite the fancy desk.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see 2 inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange wind.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still—
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay—
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him.
Aww.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Interesting.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products
Aw,
for ladies.
that's cute.
Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these
Gifts.
from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly.
Oh.
You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really—
You may access the cafeteria.
Woohoo!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Being free. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped trapped. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just 2 people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we— You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be— just our thoughts making Paimon—
Now I just want Paimon to have a weapon and be able to, like, attack with the Traveler.
We fell asleep here. We woke up to a whole mess outside ourselves. We should be safe now, right? Alright then. Good night to you, Traveler.
Good night, Paimon. Nips. Oh. It's Child. Space whale. The abyss whale that Child threw at us in our fight. That's a big whale, too. Fucking hell. Yay! Yay!
It's been a while since we last saw Nervalet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to.
Nervalet. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here because it was a long stream and also I have to go to bed. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm very, very sorry about the lost content through the little glitches, but unfortunately that's not something I can really control. Thank you. Check out the YouTubes and more Twitches. I'm hoping to do more creative stuff coming up. And this was just, I wanted to play Genshin, and this ended up being 3 parts if you count the split. Yeah. Enjoy your night, everyone, and have fun times. See you in the next one. Bye!